Alright, is the Earth flat? I love how she's mini. The Earth flat. I've never seen the Earth being round, so yes, probably. I mean, the Earth cannot be flat, otherwise the laws of physics do not apply to Earth, apparently. Alright, let's look through this. So, first off, let's look at the numbers, right? Huge difference between health. Little bit of a difference between shield. So far, quick draw is more hearty, is more of a tank. Shield regen and stuff though is slower. So Ranger Deadeye has better shields. Calamity has more health. Calamity still turns into more of a tank, but I prefer shields, honestly. So now this is a bit of a weird one. See, Calamity has the old soldier, the basic soldier buff of assault rifles, which is really weird. Would it be much better if soldiers just have increased range damage with... Wait, range damage... Wait, is this with assault rifles or every weapon? Actually, I never read that tooltip properly. When they say range damage, do they mean all weapons? They do mean all weapons? That does make sense. So there we go, that's something that I think we've forgotten to factor in already when people are looking at this. I was about to say it is with all weapons, yeah. Okay, so phase shift, first lefty righty, different abilities, not really comparable. Warcry, teddy bear, not comparable. They're just different kits. Level, it's annoying they don't line up properly, but so ability buff, so weapon buff. Here's the first weapon buff. Reload speed is increased with an empty magazine. So that's why the first thing that you want small magazines for. The first synergy with small magazines. You get Eagle Eye at the same point, increases crit rating by 18. Alright. 6 shooter. Now this is where the synergy of the small magazines continues and the first pistol buff. So increased damage by 12%, increased impact by 24%. Where at the same time, Ranger is getting more crit rating. So, God, I wish these lined up properly. Kind of annoying. Alright, so far... So far we've got one pistol buff and one reload, where we've got 2 here. We then get more sustain on shields, we get teleport, shield, heal. Finally, boost to lefty righty again, another ability damage modifier. Lingering pain, so debilitating shots. Another pistol modifier. So we've got 3 pistol modifiers, increasing the base damage up to 24. And then the 2 crit ones. Alright, then we get... Here we get 6 shooter ace, so we're getting the extra 12, so a total of 24% damage increase and 48%. And here we're getting unfazed, and then phase shift additional charges. Warcry damage done by 10%. Alright, so if we look at the 2 kits so far, initial thoughts on directly comparing the 2 kits is that the Ranger really specializes in pistols a lot more, right? 1, 2, 3. So instead of just having the 2 buffs to the specialized small magazine rounds, we've got 3 pistol buffs. One of them does the same amount of damage as the specialized increase. So if you were to compare the usability on pistols alone, yes, 110% the Ranger Deadeye is better with pistols. 110%. You could not argue that Quick Draw Calamity is better with pistols. specialized impact-based pistols, sure, quick draw wins there because the 50% extra. But straight on just comparing pistol to pistol, the Ranger Deadeye is way better. Now if we compare, now the other thing to keep in mind is the extra 10% here, which still isn't necessarily enough to increase it anywhere near the potential spike damage of crit. It is honestly very hard to compare these two things because you've got flat damage on Calamity, which is just consistent. Every time you fire the gun, 6 bullets out of the gun, you get X amount. On Deadeye, X amount or Y amount, or even, you know, somewhere there in between, depending on how your spread goes on critting, makes it very hard to compare, but still, it is pretty obvious that Ranger Deadeye is better with pistols, yes. The thing is, then you've got to start looking at the actual kit, right? You've then got debilitating shots, which, you know, Outlanders do not have. Debilitating shots is then adding up to, what she have? Yep, here we go, 5. So you can get up to an extra 25% damage on debilitating shots. So that is technically a bonus to pistols, I guess. So what you can look at this is Calamity starts to pull ahead as a sustained pistol user, right? Which is very weird because she doesn't have it. It's quite the opposite. With debilitating shots, you almost want a high magazine to get those stacks of debilitating shots up, right? But that doesn't really work with this kit, right? So it's a little bit weird. The debilitating shots thing and having a buff to debilitating shots like that doesn't synergize with the kit very well. But it is, against smashers, Calamity's starting to definitely pull ahead. Calamity, so far from what I'm thinking, is a smasher killer. She can stun lock smashers, she gets debilitating shots built up, which is most notable, debilitating shots is most notable against high HP targets, like smashers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jockster, right? That's what I'm thinking. So, she's, again, a hybrid kit on pistols, debilitating shots, and lefty-righty. The way this hero works is, you see a smasher, you see a few smashers. You want to get out lefty-righty, which with this bonus here applies debilitating shots. You want to spam the crap out of them, spam the crap out of them, spam the crap out of them. You then swap back to your main weapon, which will most likely be like a falcon, a bald eagle, whatever it is. A small magazine, high damage weapon. You then can stun lock them until you kill them. That's exactly her place. That's exactly what she's supposed to do. That is her kit. You're a smasher killer. This is the pistol smasher killer. That is her kit. That actually makes a lot of sense. This is why I've got to sometimes maybe perhaps look into this sort of stuff a lot more. You then put Warcry on top of that as well. That is her niche. Her niche. So the Ranger Deadeye is a general just pistol user. He kills things with pistols, he sometimes spikes DPSs. Quick Draw Calamity is a smasher killer. Her lefty-righty applies debilitating shots, full stacks, then you swap targets. Hopefully there's a few smashers around to get full utility out of this. You then swap to your high damage single target pistol, you get headshots and stun lock the smasher. Also, you should Warcry before you start shooting your pistol, right? Yeah, that's very... Looking at this logically, that's actually what it is.